Take two. Anyways, it was a ton of people. They originally asked you, I guess the ad was you had to be either a gymnast, a dancer, or martial artist, and luckily I fell in the dancer category. And they basically said, you know, in your dance, throw in some kicks. So I just kind of did that. I mean, we went in, and the first round was really quick. They just wanted to know your name. You kind of did your thing, and then you just went off, and they said, oh, come back in a couple hours. And then when we came back in a couple hours, it was a lot smaller crowd, but it was still like about, I don't know, about 100 people, a lot of people. Anyways, then you actually got to be filmed, and they actually taped you. And probably like 2 days later, we got a phone call saying, can you fly to LA tomorrow? You know, and we got on a plane, we went there, and the audition was basically, I went in by myself the first time, did my routine, did my little monologue, and then they grouped us, and they actually grouped me, Johnny, and Steve together. And we went in, and we each did our monologue, we did our routine, and they stood there watching me, and I was like, oh, come on. We each did our routines, and I was blown away by these guys, because they were like flipping in the room, and I'm like dancing on the ground, and I mean, we were just like, seriously, like putting every single ounce of energy in there. I remember that night, I just like collapsed. And then they kind of, like, they had another group, and then they kind of just, like, switched us up a little bit. And then they brought us in again, the three of us, and I was like, uh-oh, you know, either they like us or, you know, that one of us they're not sure about. And probably about 5 hours later, they sat us all in a room and said, okay, you, and you got the part, and you're living in Los Angeles. Get your parents to FedEx your clothes. And that was it. I mean, it was, I always say my life changed in 3 days, so.
Want to know how I got what I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I was already working on the show as Still, as you probably know, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, my queen. So I was there, so I knew the shape and the smell of the show, and so when Laura Tate came up, I saw the breakdown and I said, I've got to audition for this. And they didn't want to let me audition because they didn't think I could do it, but I came up with the voice, and they didn't believe it was me. Scott Page, the engineer and director, ADR director, believed it was me, but it took us 2 or 3 auditions to convince the producers that was my voice, and that I could maintain it. So I had to call up one of the producers and talk to him on the phone and talk him into it, because they didn't want to hire me. But finally they hired me, I got the job, and there it is. But it was from hard work, it wasn't anything, all of these auditions are hard work. You really got to fight for things sometimes. And if you keep plugging away, you'll get it.
One thing I want to add to what he just said, it was like, I tell people all the time when they say, what's the best advice you can give me as an actor, or I want to be an actor, or I want to be a martial artist, or whatever you want to do, always be ready for opportunity. Because that's pretty much all I had. I had no training. I didn't know anyone, it was seriously a cold, big open call, cold audition, They gave us a piece of paper and we had to read it immediately. It wasn't like we got to practice. So always be ready, because, for us, our life changed in 3 days. Who knew? We had just gotten out of, high school. It was like, boom, we're living in a city by ourselves. So just be ready for opportunity. That's the best advice I can give you,
I was wondering if any of you guys keep in touch with any of your former Ranger co-stars or anything.
MySpace.
And so who?
I found it already on MySpace. We found each other on text.
Well, Power Morphicon, when they did Power Morphicon in LA last year, I got to end up seeing people I hadn't seen for a real long time. I ran into Paul Schreier, Bulk, and Jason Narby. And of course, Austin St. John was there. I hadn't worked with him, seen him in a while. Johnny was there, Johnny Bosch. And so it was good to see all of them again. And from there, I got all their numbers and started keeping in contact with them. And then funny, I just kept running into like other people. Like now I see like David Yost at the gym like a couple, 3 times a week. So, and that was just weird because I was like walking to the gym and I just looked over and I'm like, oh my God, that David. He was looking at me, he's like, oh, that's Steve. Like, hey, what's up, man? Weird, But so it's just funny how that kind of stuff happens. But yeah, I keep in touch with a lot of them. I keep in touch with Walter. All those guys. So.
I live in Houston now, so I keep in touch with a few. I mean, a couple guys from Dino Thunder, Kevin and Jeff. I keep in touch with those guys. And you guys recently. It's kind of like, when you leave a show, you just kind of forget and time goes on and you live your busy life. And, I like to talk to everybody, kind of a little dinner reunion thing, but I don't stay in touch with a lot of people. You lose a lot of people's numbers. That's what I did. I just lost numbers. You drop your phone, and all your phone contacts are gone. But now with the SIM cards, it's great. So I get T-Mobile, so I can drop my phone anywhere, and they just hit the SIM card, and all my contacts come back. I got like 1,200 contacts in the phone. But anyway.
Yeah, it's like you said, sometimes you want it. You have every intention of keeping in touch with people, but it's like your life just takes over. Once you step out of it, your life takes over. So it's good. These kind of things are actually great because I haven't seen Jason since I left the show. We literally leaving each other messages and playing phone tag, and I've text message people or MySpace. Nakia and I talk all the time. We actually used to go to the same church, so it was like weird. People would be like, hold up, you should hate each other. And I'm like, why? But yeah, we keep in touch, and I've got in touch with Captain Sutherland on MySpace, so it's cool. Hopefully it's really her. I think she's
By the way, MySpace, I don't have one. So if you're talking to me, it's
probably
not me.
is, yeah.
Honestly, because I found like 2 or 3 of supposed to be me, and I didn't really care until I saw my niece on there, who's like 18 years old. She's a cute girl, and I started seeing these little comments back and forth. Kind of like really got me angry because it's like I don't want her to think that was me, so we killed that instantly. But if you're on MySpace and you see me on there, it's not me. I don't have MySpace.
Yeah, I have like personal pictures in there. I purposely didn't put a lot of Power Ranger pictures or a lot of pictures from different shows because I wanted people to know that's really me. Like there are a couple of them that are mine that they actually talk. Like they have full-on conversations, and for my birthday, people were emailing them saying happy birthday. So.
And it's not that I don't want it. It's just it's like confusing. You're like, why? I just set this page up, so I just click out. You guys are smart. A lot of people are smart. I'm not. I don't know. I'm on to the email stuff, man. My sidekick, look, man, that's all I need. I got email, I got texts, I got website. Just found an alarm on it to wake me up in the morning. It's good.
There was a gal over there who had a hand raised.
There you go.
Do we miss being Power Rangers? I miss being Judge, yes. He's a good character. Damn good character.
Brings that back.
That's it.
Yeah, I think about it every now and again. I kind of miss it, If they offered something and it was a good script that we all could do together, then yeah, I'd be a part of it again. But sometimes you just think about, in anything you do, you kind of long for the past sometimes. So, but you always have to think about, that there's nothing that's ever as good as the time you're in right now. So, you always got to try to look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, I think I miss them more than I, miss actually being, on the show.
Yeah, just the cast members,
That's why these are so good.
We didn't know,
Like,
we
see
weren't even
everybody.
watching we just had fun. Go to work and get in trouble. And well, I got in trouble a lot. But we just don't, we didn't watch a show after. We were just in our own little world, kind of doing your job. If you're doing any other job, working with the same people, that's kind of what I miss. Is kind of, you get used to all crew members that are there, and you learn everybody's name, and you're on the other, everybody. Yeah, you just miss kind of all that. But overall, miss being a Power Ranger. I did Dino Thunder. That fulfilled me for the next 5 years.
What back there, yeah.
This is a question for Robert.